Well, actually it happened yesterday. So we are staying in the hotel and it's very embarrassing. I was pooping.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't close the door because it's only me on the apartment. It's only me on the hotel.
Right.
So I didn't close the door. And I was there. And then the housekeeping, the lady, she arrived and she entered and she didn't see me, but like I was trying to close the door and the towel on the floor was stuck and I was trying to close the door and she was like, oh, and she saw me pooping, so that's it. And I was so embarrassed. She was embarrassed too.
Have you recovered yet?
No. If I see her again, I'll be totally ashamed.
And
But
do they know this story and make fun of
yeah,
you?
they know the story.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I think it was my first day of college ever. We moved in a few days early. I was part of like a program that allowed us to move in a few days early. And so, we're going through the classic like icebreakers and introductions. I remember being in like this big room. There's like about 100 students in there. There's like faculty and stuff, and there's a big mic up in the front where we have to go up and like say our name and a fun fact, like the classic introductions. So I'm about in the middle of the group, and I'm thinking to myself like, it's my first day of college. Like I want to make friends and stuff, so I'm gonna think of something funny to present to everybody, to like be friendly or whatever. And so I'm like thinking, and I'm like, I got it, perfect. So it's my turn. I go up there, and I get up to the mic, and the issue was that I didn't know what the word kinky meant. So I go up there and I'm like, hey everybody, my name's Eduardo. If you're feeling kinky, you can call me Ed. And I like pause, thinking like this is gonna be a good time for some laughing. And everybody's just looking at me. And in my mind, I was like, tough crowd. They're just nervous because it's the first day of college. I get it. So I get off stage, whatever, and I'm like, they're a tough crowd, what happens? The whole first week of college, I'm like in class with my professor, introducing myself the exact same way because I just thought it was hysterical. And it wasn't until the end of that first semester where one of my friends comes up to me and they're like, Ed, do you remember when you said this? And I was like, yeah, I do. Good joke. And they're like, do you know what the word kinky means? And I was like, absolutely. It means like fun, adventurous, and they were like, no, that's not, well, it's half of what it means. And it wasn't until they explained it to me that it all made sense.
Okay, so the question for today is, what is your most embarrassing memory? And why?
There's a lot of them. I remember in 6th grade, I was a pretty outgoing guy and I wanted to be the class clown. And so my band teacher, he was making a joke about how he likes to be the doctor of trumpets. And so this one kid had a broken trumpet and he brought it up to the front of the room and he gave it to the teacher and he fixed it and he was making some jokes and everybody was giggling. And as soon as he was done, I stood up and I was like, doctor, you saved another patient. And then nobody laughed. I looked around, my heart sunk and I just had to sit back down. I just...
Have you recovered from it?
I have not. Not yet. Maybe in a couple more years.
Well, in 8th grade, we did a choir concert and I had a solo that I had to hold the last note for 16 counts. And I had a shortage of breath, started laughing in the middle of it in front of hundreds of people, and I still have classmates that don't let me live that down.
So I recently took a trip to New York and we decided that we were going to go clubbing, and it was super hot outside, so I was feeling sick anyway, and I had a lot to drink, and I walked out onto the street corner and I was puking my guts out like into this trash can on the street corner, and this dude comes up to me and just puts his phone in my face as I'm puking my guts out, and just like, man, you're a champ, like just go for it. And I'm like helplessly vomiting, and this dude is just sitting there recording it in front of all of Manhattan to see, and I was really embarrassed. I went home after that. The night was over, but yeah,
You might
that
be
was,
on a meme right now.
I might be on a meme somewhere. Somebody recorded that, so.
Oh no, have you recovered from that memory?
Yeah, I kind of.
You're
Like
okay
it
now?
happened like 2 weeks ago, so I'm still a little like,
still
wow,
fresh.
like somebody filmed me puking my guts out. So
My most embarrassing moment was back in middle school. Me and my friend went out to eat, and I went in the bathroom, and she started wadding up paper towel balls and throwing them at me while I was on the toilet. And I was like, that's fine, I'm finna get you back anyway, so it don't matter. So I come out of the stall, and then I see her, or not see her, but I hear her go into the stall beside me. So I'm in there, and I start just chucking paper towel balls at her. I just start chucking them. I'm like, this is what you get, haha. But she didn't say anything back. And I'm like, you would think she'd be laughing or saying something back. Silence. Silence as I'm throwing paper towel balls at her. And I'm like, all right, that's fine, I guess. And I open the door, and I look up, and she's sitting at our table. And all of a sudden, I realized that I was throwing paper towel balls at a random person while they were using the bathroom. And I ate my food, and I left before they could even come out the stall.
Did you say anything while you were throwing them?
Yeah, I was
The
just
person
like,
heard your voice?
yeah, I was like, this is what you get, haha, laughing at them, like.
All right, and my most embarrassing moment was I'm a waiter, and I poured water on somebody today.
I can't believe you did that. Oh, that's
Yeah.
recent. That's fresh.
Yeah, I slipped on like this like caution wet floor sign because I wasn't paying attention, and I was the one that made the floor wet in the first place. But I slipped on it, and I poured water like all over this lady.
Oh, how did she react?
She didn't like that, but she was still nice about it. I mean, she was like, I understand people make mistakes.
What was your response when it happened?
I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was pretty embarrassed. Yeah, I bet. I mean, I embarrass myself at work pretty frequently, so I think I recovered from that moment. It's like I do something embarrassing at least once a shift.
Oh no, is that the first time you actually like spilled something onto a customer?
I wish I could say it was.
No. But this one, what is the most embarrassing moment that you've ever experienced, and
Well,
why?
The most embarrassing moment was like the night before my first EOGs because I just came in. I was a new kid in elementary school, like 4th grade, right? And then like I didn't get no sleep. I didn't sleep before then. I only got a little bit of sleep on the way to school, right? And it was an English EOG, and I had to like make like a 3 or 4 in order to pass. So I was super nervous, but at the same time I get no sleep. So I walked in, you know, put my like bag down. I still feeling tired, and then like we started. Then like I was reading, it was boring. Like, you know, when you read stuff, you just be like, when is it going to end? I'd be forgetting what I'd be reading sometimes, so questions be hard. So yeah, I was taking them. Then like it was during our break, we had to like get up and stretch. So I was like, good. I got up and stretched, right? Then I blinked. Next thing you know, I was on the ground, and I was like, oh. And I was like, I didn't even know what happened. I was like, oh my gosh. And then somebody had to pick me up, and I was just like, wow. And it was like, oh, they thought I was nervous. They thought I fainted, but for really, really, I just fell asleep. In the middle of class, just fell asleep. And they thought I was nervous. I was in like the office, right? They made me retake it like during summer. I was like, bummed out.
How old were you then?
I was like in 4th grade, so I was like 9. Yeah, I was like 9 years old. It's crazy.